In early November 2010, after 6 months of resting and recuperating, manatees were again on the move at the Columbus Zoo. Bartlett and Fraulein, two of the 4 young manatees brought to Columbus in the spring, had recuperated enough to go home. This was great news, made even better when it was decided that longtime Manatee Coast resident Holly would be accompanying the youngsters on their trip to Florida. Holly was rescued as an orphan in 1995 and came to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium in 2005 as part of a critical study of the papilloma virus in manatees. Now, 15 years after her rescue, Holly was being released back into her home waters in Florida. In addition to the 3 Columbus animals, 2 manatees from the Cincinnati Zoo, CC Baby and Turner, would be traveling to Florida on the same flight, making this trip the biggest manatee move in the program's 12-year history. With 5 manatees coming from 2 different zoos, timetables and locations had to be carefully coordinated to make sure all the animals were traveling for the least amount of time possible. Moving day arrived, and the manatees were once again gently lifted and lowered into their whale boxes. Holly, being twice as big as the youngsters, got a special crate that was quite a bit bigger than the other boxes on the journey. Once the whale boxes were loaded onto the trucks, goodbyes were said, and the 3 were off to the airport to catch their plane. Just as planned, the staff and animals from the Columbus and Cincinnati zoos converged at Rickenbacker Airport at the same time. Holly, Bartlett, Fraulein, CC Baby, and Turner were then loaded onto the plane in a precise order to ensure their weight was evenly distributed in the cargo hold. Once secure, the doors closed, and the plane departed for sunny Florida. As with all moves, zoo staff would be accompanying the animals for their whole trip, riding alongside them in the cargo hold, keeping their skin hydrated and ensuring the animals rested comfortably. Once in Orlando, the manatees all headed in different directions. Holly was to stay in Orlando at SeaWorld, Fraulein and CC Baby were off to Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park, and Bartlett joined Turner at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Bartlett and Turner were released in coastal Florida waters in late November. The remaining manatees are scheduled to be released early next year. Our story doesn't end there, though. The cargo plane and whale boxes didn't return to Ohio empty. They came back with 4 more rescued manatees. 3 were headed down to Cincinnati, and one, a 1.5-year-old named Bernice, came to live at Manatee Coast. In the end, 6 animal care facilities collaborated to safely move 9 manatees weighing a collective 7,970 pounds, 2,230 miles in less than 36 hours. All of those numbers add up to an amazing tribute to the zoo's dedication and commitment to saving these truly magnificent creatures.